What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of a three-part series. I am Scooter,
I'm Lil Red.
and we're coming to y'all today with some episodes of real talk about video games that we like, our top 10s, and what we think about them.
Because everybody loves video games.
Exactly. And that is one topic and one part of the world that will never die. It will only get better and better and better. And so y'all know, the first video I'm going to tell about my top 10. The second video will be my sister Lil Red talking about her top 10s. And then after that...
honorable mentions.
Exactly. And any game that you can think
and it
of.
Doesn't mean that you weren't good enough. It just means we probably didn't think of you in the moment.
Yes. But we will try to remember you in the honorable mentions for sure. All right.
But we pretty much love every game.
Yes, almost. Only game I don't like, I would have to say, really, is Tetris.
I like Tetris.
I hate Tetris.
I liked it.
Like, I just wanted to
I couldn't
punch the
play it
screen.
for hours.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun, like, while you're trying to take a poop. It's
I
kind of a on the toilet game.
feel you.
Anyways,
Yeah.
number 10.
Number 10 would have to be Jet Li Rise to Honor. I kind of stuttered a little bit. Anyway, that game was amazing because you came up with two of your friends who were basically raised as orphans. You were taken in by this old man, and he gets killed off. He gets killed by the triads.
That's so sad.
Yes, and you and your orphan brother, he ends up getting kidnapped by some people, and you have to save him out of this, like, kind of a junkyard type of arena, fighting these people. And then you have your sister who gets kidnapped and gets turned into like kind of a crazy. She's not really crazy, but she has no trust in nobody. And when you're coming to try to save her, she thinks that you're her enemy, and you have to end up fighting her at the very end of it, like the whole chase. Because you got to chase her through an entire airport, basically. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to her. And it's crazy as hell. But the storyline is magnificent. The gunfights are amazing. You know, you can shoot at people with nail guns.
That's cool.
Yeah, I loved it. You can use two of them, and you can dive through the air and slow the screen down or whatever. It'd be slow motion.
I'm kind of like bats in Fallout.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Popping on niggas. It's pop, pop, pop.
That's awesome.
And
number 9.
Number 9. Yes. Also, number 9 would have to be. Fuck, I said. No.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's true. Very true.
Number 9.
Number 9. Bunny trails happen.
Hashtag bunny trails happen.
Number 9 is. That is so loud outside. But number 9 would have to be. I played Samurai Jack, the video game.
They had a video game? Dude, I love that show.
Samurai Jack was my shit.
When it came back on TV, I finally saw how it ended, and I did not expect that ending.
Right.
At all.
I feel you.
I also didn't expect that chick to be the bad dude's daughter.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes, he is.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, fight it! You're good! Anyways.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8 was would have to be it's gotta be Crash Bandicoot.
Oh my god, that game was the shit.
Yes. Let me tell you, Crash Bandicoot was my
Every 90s baby knows it.
Yes, if you a 90s baby and you don't know, you
are a disappointment to our generation.
Yes, you are.
A severe disappointment.
But you are a very severe disappointment because that is one of the games that defined us as a generation. That was one of the cornerstones that brought us into the video gaming empire.
You know they made a remake of it, or they're going to, or...
I heard about that for the Xbox One and the PS4 pimping.
Yeah, I don't know if they have already or if they're going to, but I was excited. Yeah. Like, I was stupid excited about
That's lovely.
That. Yeah.
That is lovely.
What number are you on now? 6?
7.
7?
That was on 8, so I'm on number 7 now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Number 7 would have to be the entire Dynasty Warriors series. And there are 2 Warriors I'm going to mention out of this because there's one that's crazy. I mentioned you to him in a conversation recently in the past. But his name was Zhao Duan, right? He fought for the Kingdom of Wei, which was a northern kingdom in China because you had 3.
Is this real history?
Yes, it's real.
So they actually put history in a video game?
Yes.
They need to do that more often.
Yes, they do because I made sure
that'll make people learn.
Yes, I did my research.
Make it stimulating.
I'm telling you, they wrote a book called It's called. Have you ever heard of a game called Romance of the 3 Kingdoms?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't into this Japanese stuff.
I got you. Well, this is the Chinese history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good, but the Romance of the 3 Kingdoms, a lot of y'all probably know what I'm talking about. It was based off of that, and they turned it into Dynasty Warriors, and it became way more badass because you can control a certain person, you can fight thousands of enemies, and the way it's lovely. You know what I'm saying? And it had the storyline. You had all these different things going on. Like there was a guy by the name of Sun Jian that was supposedly the grandson or great-grandson of Sun Tzu, the guy who wrote The Art of War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude was a savage. They called him the Tiger.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yes.
I don't know how I know about that. Maybe from you.
More than likely, yeah, because I speak about it a whole lot.
Oh, I know.
But, yes.
I've learned a lot of Japanese and Chinese things from you.
Yes, I'm telling you, man.
Heck, that could be another video someday.
Yes, it can. But the Dynasty Warriors, though, is so amazing. It teaches you actual real history. And then
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and then but Zhao Duan, this dude fought for the Kingdom of Wei, and he was in a battle one time. Legend has it because they called him the One-Eyed General, right? Legend has it that in battle he was shot in the face with an arrow, right?
Okay.
It landed in his eye, and he pulled his eyeball out, still on the arrowhead, and ate the eyeball. And then let out a war cry, and his enemies took off running, and the ones who stayed there got slaughtered because they were paralyzed in fear. Let me tell you.
Wait a minute. This guy got shot in the eye hole and then decided to pull his own eye out and eat it?
Yes.
What? Well, obviously that's just game over.
It really is.
Oh, you win. This guy's crazy. He ate his own eyeball. Daddy, why'd we lose the war? Because he ate his own eye. That's why. That's why we lost. No. Yeah, I would have turned and ran. I'd have been like, no, obviously he's indestructible. He ate his own eye.
That would have scared the hell out of me too.
Ooh,
oh
all
my
right.
God.
Anyway, who's the other guy?
The other guy is a guy by the name of Pang De. Okay.
Pang De.
Pang De.
That sounds like Pongo. Maybe that's just because I'm tired.
It's all good. The way you spell it is Pang and then De.
Huh.
But
it's not how I would pronounce that. I would pronounce it Pang D.
Pang D.
Oh, so disrespectful. I'm sorry. It's 3 a.m. I'm tired.
This dude, Pang De, right?
Pang De. Okay, we gotta stop. We're gonna run out of time.
Legend has it that he was so prepared for death that he would carry a casket into battle with him. And then he would drop it on the battlefield and leave it there until he was done fighting. But he would bring a casket to the battlefield and drop it and leave it there until the battle was over because he was so ready to die. He was like, well, might as well have my casket right here.
What?
I'm so serious.
This guy was... What? He wrote brought his own. Were they gonna hold a funeral for him? Like, did they think his enemies would bury him? Like, oh, we gotta show some respect. I mean, he brought his own casket.
No, it was just because whenever he died, his body could be carried off the field like that by his allies.
Oh my god. I don't know, man. I think eating your eyeballs works. That's pretty bad. Oh man. Oh, phone. Why do you do this? There we go.
Okay.
We're at 10%.
And, number 6.
4 minutes to get through 6 of them.
Number 6 was all of the Assassin's Creed series. I love those games.
Which were amazing.
All were amazing. My favorite ones, though, would have to be Syndicate, Rogue. Or not Rogue. That made me feel disrespectful to my soul. Like, that game disrespected the core of my personality.
Damn.
Because you become a Templar instead of an assassin.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I turned that game off. I was like, nope, no,
Man,
no,
that game made my soul angry.
Yeah,
Man, I was pissed.
No,
but listen,
I was super mad, and the controls weren't even the same.
No, they weren't.
Like, running up the wall and jumping was not the same as it used to be, and I was like, no, see, Templars are dumb.
Yes,
they don't know how to do anything.
No. And then, like I said, all the Assassin's Creed series, but like I said, Rogue, Unity, because of the multiplayer, but Syndicate, and then Black Flag.
Yeah,
and
Black Flag was good.
Yes, 5. My 5th one would have to be all of the Def Jam Fight for New York, or Def Jam Vendetta, which came first, and then Fight for New York. And you have or those 2 games, whatever, because you can wrestle with rappers and stuff like that, and singers and all that good stuff. 4 would have to be, what is it? UFC 2, UFC Undisputed 2.
You and
for
your
the
wrestling
Xbox.
games.
It was the mixed martial arts fight game, like you see on the cage and stuff. 3 would have to be, what is it called? Grand Theft Auto 5. That's one of my favorite games. Yes.
Bomb game.
Yeah, very lovely, especially with the online. 2 is, it has to be Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 because of it's just badassness all the way through. And 1 is it is Skyrim because of how lovely it is. Yeah, I wrote a poem about it, and that game is lovely. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, next time I film a video, if I ever think to it, I will write about that poem. Or not write about it, but I will talk about that. Yeah. But anyways, though.
Yep. That was his top 10.
Yes, indeed.
So many good games.
Oh, yes.
And so little time to talk about them all.
I know.
We could probably talk about this for hours.
Yeah, for real.
I guess it's time for part 2 now.
Yes, indeed. Y'all have a good evening. And we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Yep.